Despite economic pressures, Christmas and holiday spending in the United States continues to hit staggering heights. This year, the National Retail Federation forecasts that holiday retail sales will exceed $1 trillion for the first time ever, accounting for the period from November through December. That's a historic milestone, $1 trillion in gifts, decorations, travel, food, and seasonal expenses. On one hand, that figure reflects resilience among shoppers, but on the other, it reveals how deeply consumerism has become embedded in what should be a time of reflection, compassion, and connection. For millions of Americans, meeting those holiday expectations isn't easy. A recent survey found that 79% of consumers have less than $1,000 saved for the holiday season, and over half expect to incur debt that could take months to repay. Many households haven't set aside any dedicated holiday budget at all, and yet they still plan to spend. When cash isn't available, credit becomes the fallback. Credit cards remain the number one tool for bridging that gap. Surveys show that a large portion of holiday purchases are charged to credit, with a shockingly high percentage of people expecting to carry balances well into the next year. Supporting this trend, newer financing options like Buy Now, Pay Later, offered by companies like Klarna, Affirm, and PayPal, have exploded in popularity. In 2025 alone, Americans are projected to spend over $20 billion on BNPL services during the holidays. But these services are double-edged. While they make it easier to get what you want today, they often carry fees or high interest if payments are missed, and they can mask how much you're really spending. This seasonal debt binge doesn't happen in isolation. It lands on top of a broader picture that's already stretched. U.S. household debt has reached record levels, around $18.6 trillion, with credit card debt alone topping over $1.2 trillion. Many families also contend with mortgages, auto loans, and student loans, forming a financial backdrop that makes the holiday spending spike all the more burdensome. For many, carrying high-interest credit card debt can mean paying many times more than the original price of their holiday purchases. And holiday debt isn't evenly spread. Younger adults, millennials and Gen Z, are more likely to overspend and carry balances, influenced not only by budget pressures but also by cultural expectations amplified through social media. Parents with children are also more likely to go into debt during the holidays, often feeling an emotional obligation to provide memorable experiences and gifts, regardless of cost. This creates a double bind: emotional pressure to give and financial pressure afterward. Why do we spend so much? Holiday consumerism isn't just about gifts, it's about belonging, tradition, and meaning. Advertisers tap into these emotions relentlessly. But the problem is that the message we absorb often equates love with stuff. This shifts the focus outward toward material possessions and away from generosity, gratitude, and community. Debt incurred over the holidays can ripple through the entire year. Many people still carry balances from last season. Other households enter January with new bills, minimum payments that eat into monthly budgets, delay savings, and prevent financial progress. 36% of Americans took on holiday debt averaging over $1,100 in recent years. This ongoing cycle traps households in financial stress that can affect everything from mental health to long-term goals. To understand the deeper impact, it helps to step back from the shiny packaging and blinking lights. Christmas, at its core, is about community, compassion, reflection, and giving from the heart, not from the credit line. But when financial stress dominates conversations in January, the emotional toll of debt can overshadow the joy of giving. Families may skip vacations, delay life milestones, or cut back on essentials simply to pay off last year's holiday charges. The seasonal rush also feeds into larger economic trends. Retailers rely on holiday sales as a massive revenue driver, sometimes making up a substantial portion of their annual earnings. In turn, the push for more sales encourages earlier Christmas creep, putting holiday marketing front and center even before Thanksgiving. So, how can we shift the narrative? It starts with intention, focusing on experiences instead of materials, time instead of transactions, and connection instead of consumption can reshape what the holidays mean. Handmade gifts, shared meals, volunteer work, and meaningful gestures. These are the traditions that can enrich the season without straining the wallet. If you're worried about holiday debt, there are several ways to make this season financially healthier. Start by setting a realistic budget and committing to it. Focus on prioritizing your mental and emotional well being instead of giving in to consumer pressure. Whenever possible, use cash or debit cards to avoid accumulating interest. Finally, consider saving gradually throughout the year to better prepare for holiday expenses. These small shifts can help break the cycle of debt and bring focus back to what truly matters. In the end, the cost of consumerism isn't just financial, it's emotional, cultural, and human. This holiday season, as you watch the lights twinkle and hear the carols play, remember the most meaningful gifts, love, time, presence, and generosity don't come with a price tag or a bill. Let's give in ways that enrich our lives and the lives of others, not in ways that weigh us down. Because Christmas isn't about how much we spend, it's about how much we care. So, how do you plan to spend the holidays? And how much do you spend on presents for your loved ones? Leave it in the comments down below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share to help spread awareness and let people know that they are not struggling alone. Stay safe and stay informed.